They're not Liberty Academy anymore. This is Liberty this week and maybe into the future. But like you said, Axe, Tinones, he was on a couple champions that he wasn't super familiar with. And there is, in fact, that Milio that we said was going to be a contested pick off air. Oh, my goodness. And they're going to actually give Cavalo, which, for those of you who don't know, that means horse in Portuguese. They gave him a horse.
They really gave him the horse here, 4x4. I can't believe it. Gonna give him one of his best champions. I think just the best support right now is fair enough to say for Rel. But Kaizenado is pretty spooky on the flip side there. Root and Seo is going to be a huge issue for Liberty Academy 4x4.
Yeah, it's going to be a capital I issue. Oh, come on. Lock in the Nautilus. Okay, they're going to give Croc the Sejuani. Croc, he's also taken a bit of a backseat as far as not being kind of this, not the Viego, Kindred, crazy type of player that we have come to know in the CBLOL. But yeah, Croc, he's been on these more facilitator junglers as the meta has kind of tended more that way. As Ari probably going to be locked in here for Pelota, but they did get the Nautilus. And yeah, like you said, Axe, Root and Seos, they're going to be spooky in the bottom lane. This Kai'Sa Nautilus is terrifying.
As far as I'm concerned, 4x4, the only draft weakness so far for Liberty Academy is that they did not get Kai'Sa. If they can get even a half-decent AD carry, and picking Ari here does mean that the Xayah is going to get banned down. That will be difficult. But this draft is huge for Liberty. All we needed were good picks for Drake, Hero, Peloto, and Cavallo. We have 2 out of those 3.
Yay, so if you're back.
Hello.
There he is. All right, thoughts on the draft so far, my friend, as we get into phase 2.
I'm just over here fighting the good fight. Good, happy to be back. Mic issues solved. Getting through the second ban phase. Of course, as you guys pointed out, Xayah getting taken off the board. Still surprising that so many teams are electing to blind this Kai'Sa with Xayah available, but Loud does get away with it here. Liberty heavy focus on those mid laners taking the Syndra and the Azir off the table. And of course, we've seen Tinodes on that Syndra lately be incredibly effective. So I love those bans from Liberty.
Yeah, really good stuff for them so far. This last ban also going to be aimed at the bottom lane. Varus taken away. Ashe still left up here. Aphelios could be the answer for Reaper as well. But Reaper really missing that Kai'Sa pick. There's the Aphelios locked in on red side 4th pick, blue side 4th. Looking now for some solo lanes, so we've seen a number of different solo laners cycle in through this split. K'Sante is going to be an option here for Robo. I believe Olaf was left up for him as well. Could be the option here. We mentioned before when we were talking about this game, this could be an opportunity for Robo to pop off in the top lane.
Okay, the Jax pick here for Robo going into the top lane. Of course, important to note, SKB will get the opportunity to get that counter pick, leaving that R5 for him. Ziggs is the hover. Of course, I think we've only seen Ziggs once this split. It was Ninja Kiwi playing it in the bottom lane. That one is going to get swapped over to a pick that I love here for Tinones. It's the Lissan, first pick of this champion. This split gives him so much utility. He could stall team fights for so long and really set his team up for success. That is the Loud draft. Now, what is that counter pick going to be for SKB?
Final counter pick, the Rumble available. K'Sante up 2, but we've seen a lot of Sion. Oh, I would love the Darius here. It'd be so much fun. Groggy's going to be locked in for him there as well. Surprised we didn't get the Sion. He's got 4 games on in an academy, but not a good matchup into the Jax.
All right. Gragas, though, is that last pick. Certainly a pick that can provide, engage potential, big playmaking potential with that explosive cask. If you can catch Root out with that, could turn into a huge swing in a team fight. So definitely some playmaking potential there for SKB. Love the draft here from Loud. Really kind of like a back to basics draft here. A lot of playmaking potential. And of course, Seos and Croc are going to be the heavy focuses of that. But Tinones with a lot of agency himself. Axeman, what's your kind of read from Liberty on this one?
For Liberty, I think they got everything they could have asked for. It's just that Kai'Sa that got left out for them.
Sure.
Really solid draft. It seems like they get everything they're comfortable with. And some really powerful picks, too. I think if these are head-to-head 2 CBLOL teams, this is a very close draft. What I will say little eerie for Loud to just go back to basics, right? Essentially saying, yeah, this isn't going to take too much. We'll just we'll just use the veterancy dip into these guys, and maybe I'd be shaking a little bit. You look at the faces on the Liberty players, though. They all look really relaxed. They look like they're having a fun time. They're talking, laughing, looking back and forth at each other. These seems like guys who are ready to take advantage of this opportunity and are just trying to get as much experience as possible, and I love that for them. I love the lack of nerves.
I love it too. 4x4, as we exit Champions Select, get ready to hit the rift. Your final thoughts, my friend.
I think you nailed it. If I'm a Liberty player right now, I'm shaking in my boots because this is exactly what Loud wanted. I agree with you. Look, Liberty, they got kind of everything they wanted, right? They've got some playmaking potential, some pick potential in a 2v2. They've got the opportunity to let Cavallo loose on the Rift, on the Rel, as a secondary jungler, as that secondary engage. But you gave Towns Lissandra. What are we doing?
Yeah.
I mean, oh my goodness. And, like, that's the thing. It's so tragic because you ban out the Syndra, which I thought was a stroke of genius. You ban out the Azir, great. But this dude, Old Man Tinon's been doing it for 5,000 years. He can play any champion. And now he's going to style on them on the Lissandra. I'm happy to be proven wrong. I think it's going to get ugly. Boys, over to you.
Thank you so much, 4x4. I'll say this. I don't think you could ban the Lissandra against Tinones, especially not, considering it really isn't in the meta right now. It's definitely a Tinones pocket pick, and I like the Syndra ban a lot. And it'll really just be down to, can Tinones find that clutch CC, time his ultimates and his Zhonya's to stall for his team. But we're going to get action right off the bat. That's Seos having a flash away, burning from the Ignite, will survive for the time being, as Reaper in full retreat here as well. Croc has arrived, the Drake hero walking down from the top side. They're going to get right onto the Sejuani, and it is first blood. What a start for Liberty.
It's happening, Yeso! It's happening! Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. I mean, as soon as Seos hooked in, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Biggest thing about this play, by the way, other than the first blood, despite Reaper getting really close to dying, Diamond Hands on the flash. So maintains both summoner spells coming out of that play. Seos did burn flash and died anyway. Only Cavallo's Ignite is used in that fight from Liberty Academy. We're off to the races, man. I'm telling you.
This is a wonderful start for Liberty. The only summoner spell burned, the Ignite on Cavallo, helping them get Seos out of that fight. Meanwhile, Seos burns flash, Croc burns flash as well. So a wonderful start here for Liberty. Seos looking to get control of these brushes early on. Liberty playing around this Mingyu wave, and that is going to be Seos getting in, locking down Reaper momentarily, and immediately walks away, says, yeah, okay, cool, I did my job.
Yeah, use that Hex Slash, trying to make the plays there. Like that from the Nautilus is what he should be doing early. He is only level 1 now, however, having missed the first few minions. It's an opportunity for Reaper and Cavallo. They're probably just going to play this slow, though. Tino's taking heavy trading in the mid lane. We missed out on that, but can't take too many trades like that. Piloto playing this out expertly.
So, with the way things played out in Champions like Axon, I'm curious, what is the lane that you are most interested on focusing in on in the first 10 minutes?
Mid.
Okay.
Yeah, 100% mid. This mid jungle 2v2 is super, super good for Ahri and Wukong. The pick potential on Lissandra is there, absolutely. And pre-6, it's a really good matchup for Ahri too. It's just post-6, all the mobility that Ahri has is canceled out by the Lissandra because she can lock you up so easily. But pre-6, it's actually super dangerous for the Lissandra. And we'll see that moving forward here in the next few minutes or so.
Important to note, you can see at the bottom of your screen these champion picks for Loud this split. 1 win on the Jax there for Robo, 1-1 record for Root there on the Kai'Sa, 0-1 record for Seos on the Nautilus. And important to note, first Sejuani and Lissandra picks here for the team this split. So while we did talk about it being a back to basics draft here for Loud, and I think it is in terms of what this composition brings to the table, important to note, they've not played these champions a lot though this split.
Yeah, not too much. And of course, everybody from Liberty Academy has no stats on their champions because they don't play in the league. So that'll be missing for the time being. SKB winning lane to Robo. Come on, man. Tell me that doesn't make you excited about the future of the league.
I mean, I would argue Robo being up by 8 CS and crashing a wave is not
No,
SKB winning the lane.
SKB's winning. Come on. Here we go, 2v2.
Copium has arrived here on the CBLOL English broadcast. Piloto locked down there thanks to that Hex Flash into Dredge line there from Seos, but the support there from Drake here, and of course Cavallo walking up from that bottom lane will keep the Ahri safe as Robo continuing to pressure here in the top lane. Looks like SKB has gotten at least a decent freeze here on this wave for the time being. Relatively safe farming there for the Dragons.
100%. Sales moving back down bot side with Cavallo. They'll be 2v2 in the bot lane again. In the mid lanes, getting pretty close to 6. Yeah, it looks like they have 6 now. The font they use for the 6 is really weird. It doesn't really look like a 6 to me. But, they are 6 in the solo lanes now. So that matchup gets a little bit different. And you have to play a little bit more safer if you're Piloto, because you can get locked up by both Sejuani and Lysandre and held in place for quite a bit of time.
Make sure you folks stick around after this game. We still have 3 more left today in a banger matchup coming up next. VKS, one of those teams tied at 7-5 up against second place Pain Gaming, and Pain with that win from Fluxu against Red, looking to keep pace here and keep that 1-game lead over Fluxu. So keep an eye out on that game after this one. But we're just about 6 minutes in here. Reaper with the Gravitum, slowing down Seos and Root. Both junglers getting down to this bottom lane as well. Drake Hero spotted out by Croc. And with the priority that Loud have here, Drake Hero has to get out of dodge. Actually takes a lot of damage there from Croc. Croc with the pink ward over the wall. Drake Hero will escape to the safety of this tower, but good Void Seeker there from Root means that Drake Hero is going to be going for a quick recall as SKB just drops a ward, knows, hey, Croc spot side, slap a ward here, we'll get some vision when he comes up to his blue quadrant.
Good stuff. Cloud gonna rotate onto the Dragon, setting up objective control for themselves. Really nicely done and showing some veterancy with the recall timers here as well. I think that's to be expected from the better team. Kind of the same thing we saw last game, right? I mean, Red, most people would say is a better team than Fluxu. Red gets a lot of the earlier Dragons. We're seeing the same thing here. Liberty will have to win through other means, picks, winning the all-out team fights, skirmishes, things like that. And of course, winning over those last few drag fights as well.
Yeah, of course, important to note that Kai'Sa Nautilus can be very potent early on. Easy setup for the Plasma for Root, so you can play aggressively, punish that very immobile duo lane that you are up against, and that, of course, translates into some solid priority that allows Loud to get that first Drake here. Both mid laners pinging level 7 simultaneously. They're just about dead even here so far, as once again Seos and Root looking to pressure in this bottom lane, and that's going to be the Gravitum to lock down Root there. But in the mid lane, Croc has arrived, has the Arctic Assault, will lock down Piloto, but close enough to his tower that Tennoz doesn't overstep his bounds, and Piloto will survive.
Croc being at level 6 now. I think that's 6. Here, let me get really close to the monitor.
Good explosive cast there in the top lane.
Okay, with Croc having 6 to hit, yeah, you just ulted, I think. He is ahead of Drake Hero, and they'll be able to play for the Rift Herald here. Drake Hero does not have that 6. He's down a lot of CS, having ganked several times, getting caught out a couple times there too.
I want to ask you, we talked about it from the perspective of champions like the Axeman, what Liberty was looking to bring to the table in terms of their composition, what's been successful for them. I know you've watched quite a few of the Liberty Academy games during this split. What is your read on kind of the strengths of this team, and who are they likely to focus around in this game based on what has been successful for them so far this split?
Well, they're really excellent playmakers, the ASO, and really good at setting up positions where they have advantages based on vision and positioning as well. And a lot of that comes down to flanks that they're able to get. The meta is very favorable for flanking positions, with the Ahri and Annie being so good in the meta in the mid lane right now, and then a lot of really good utility junglers and champions like Nocturne. like Kazakhs that love to sit on the flank and come in at the last second. These are champions that Drake here and Piloto love to play, and they love to set up those plays. Cavallo as well on the rail has been an incredible playmaking player for this team throughout CBLOL Academy, and it's one of the things they do best, and they beat a lot of really good teams.
Now, if memory serves, as we are prepping for this game, Reaper has the highest damage share of anybody on this team and in AD carry meta. Not
Yes,
a huge
sir.
surprise, but I imagine it's got to make you feel good that they get him the Aphelios and then multiple picks in this composition that can set him up for success in team fights, right?
Certainly, yeah. In these team fights, all those flanks come down to putting the enemy team at disadvantage. And yeah, it is the final hammer that swings through as the AD carry coming in with the damage. But as we saw, like even in the last game, House, you can bring the damage yourself on some of these mid laners, and Piloto and Ari is certainly in that same vein, can bring the damage themselves. And we've seen Drake here with a number of carry performances. Viego for the damage here. Could be a 3v3. He'll flash forward.
Good flash to avoid the dredge line. They catch outroot the Magnet Storm. Killer Instinct will give him the shield, maybe just enough to get away. But that is the cue there for Piloto to finish it off, and then gets out. Beautiful flash to escape from trouble, and what a play there from Liberty. It all started with Cavallo.
I'm telling you, Yeso, it is happening. Liberty are back, baby. Come on. It's just 2 kills now.
Back? They
But
just
stick
got
with
here.
Me, man. Stick with me now. We're back. We're so back. This is so cool, dude. Dragon up in like 30 seconds, I believe now. Oh, yeah, let me double check that.
What are
Yeah,
we double
30
checking?
seconds.
Okay,
Sorry,
you're
I had
just
to move.
waiting.
I had something over the timer. Sorry. Yeah, 30 seconds till that dragon comes up, and Liberty, they're going to be in a good position to set up for that objective.
Honestly, so well played there. I'm honestly, I don't know if Cavallo had vision of Seos there. I would love if we got a replay of that.
Oh,
I
certainly.
almost have a sense that Cavallo might have not had vision and just timed the flash for the play, and it just happened to coincide when the dredge line came out there from the Nautilus. I'd be very curious to look, but just so well played. Catches outroot, and even with the Killer Instinct to try and get a little bit of space, it wasn't enough with the follow-up there from Piloto to finish off the Kaisa, and that's a huge second kill here for Liberty.
It really is. Really big kill for them there. You see Loud set up around this dragon now. Not too worrying yet for them to get a second dragon. In fact, it's kind of keeping Liberty in the game, allowing them to control their wave states a little bit better. We'll see. It looks like Reaper had to take the reset. He's going to lose a couple of minions into the mid wave there. That'll be okay. Everything that's happening right now is okay for Liberty. It's not doomed that Loud get a couple dragons. You just gotta stop the objective bleeding at some point, and they're well on pace to do that.
Yeah, and the one good thing that you're leaning on here is the fact that, hey, Reaper just picked up his first item. He has that Kraken Slayer online, so he's going to start to become, a damage problem for those beefier members on the Loud lineup. And also the interesting thing here is it appears Root might be going for the static Shiv, which would possibly indicate a more AP-focused build. And as of late, if you've been watching CBLOL, the AP builds have not been as successful. People going for the on-hit or AD-focused builds have been stronger as of late. It has been more successful for the Kaisen. Also, I mean, if you're looking at Loud's lineup, they're not lacking magic damage here. So an interesting choice there from Root. We'll keep an eye on that build as that static Shiv is purchased.
Yeah, I think AP Kai's is stronger technically. I think it's just a little bit harder. And that's why it doesn't succeed as much as maybe it should. And we see that pretty consistently through the CBLOL. I mean, if you have a really hard champ, it doesn't succeed as much in this league. The Kasanti would be the most obvious example to my mind. But yeah, AP Kai'Sa can output a ton of damage in a very short amount of time, and is not to be trifled with by any stretch of the imagination. Here, Rift Herald coming up in 30 seconds now. Liberty finally looking to position for this objective. This may be a major team fight and a good second, third test for Liberty. How many tests are we up to now?
I don't know. All I'll say on that AP Kaisa is that those Void Seekers, they're going to stay. Just ask Brunsey from last game. He'll tell you they're going to sting, so keep an eye on Root. They're trying to snipe. Quick look there at the tower plates picked up here as we cross that 14-minute threshold. 4 for Loud, only 1 for the side of Liberty. So part of that 1,000 gold lead on those tower plates. So well played from Loud here in the laning phase, and they've started this Rift Herald, but Liberty wants to contest it. Drake here, though, going to eat a lot of CC up front. Still relatively healthy as Loud hasn't gone for the full engage. It is the numbers of it. Beautiful engage from Cavallo. He catches absolutely everyone. Root is gone, and while Piloto's taking a lot of damage, it isn't going to matter. Tino's flashes over the wall to get out of trouble for the time being. It is 4v4 currently, as that is the Rift Herald taken down. They're going to lock down Robo. Robo looking for the backline. Stuns 2. It's the double kill. Looking for the triple as Piloto's running for the hills. It is a triple kill for the Jags. SKB cannot escape. It's a quadra kill. And guess what, folks? Playoffs. Robo's arrived.
Yeah, finally some Robo action. 4 kills for him in the bank. Quadra kill for the Loud top laner. That's incredible from them. We've been looking for this Robo all split long, and finally we get it here on the Jags.
Oh man, let's take a look at the replay. Please, Axeman, take it away.
Holy cow, Reaper played this one so well. Root jumps in onto him, but already has a super low health bar. He turns, a blast hits him real quick, pushes forward a little bit, but he's like, oh, man, I'm just not healthy enough. I have to back up. Robo sees his opportunity, sees those low health bars. He's gonna counter strike. Dash forward, flash forward, picks up 2 on the back line. There's just nothing Liberty can do about it.
Felt to me like Liberty maybe getting just a little bit greedy there. They get the great initial engage. They get the first kill, and when Loud trades back and knocks down Drake Hero, probably just best to cut your losses, but they stay a little too long. Robo gets that flash. Leaping strike onto the backline and absolutely just starts blowing people up. So, hey folks, there's a Fed Jax in this game. Divine Thunderer is already online. Robo is going to be a problem.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's a 4,000 gold differential between Liberty and Loud right now, and that is very hard. I think, yeah, it's tough from here on out, man. I mean, your next closest is Piloto. He's down 2,000 gold to this Jack, so it's really, really hard. But yeah, I don't know. Liberty Academy, not a lot of info on them. I would say that that might have been the nail in the coffin, but they've played that fight so effectively. Robo's just a little bit better.
Yeah, honestly, and just waited for his moment, right? Dealing with Drake here, knowing that he doesn't have the escapes after getting in and spending that ultimate, takes him down, and then just finds that moment where Reaper and Piloto just take one step too far forward. He's ready to go with that flash, and now he's going to probably spend a lot of time in the sidelines because there's nobody on Liberty that can match him 1-for-1 in these sidelines at this point.
Yeah, I think it looks like he's building the hull breaker here too. So he's going to be an absolute terror in the sidelines, forcing onto the inhibitors here as well. Rift Herald goes down. Loud going to be crashing that one in.
Yeah, that Rift Herald, the one that Loud was able to secure amidst all of that chaos in the topside river, and it will get the charge there into that mid lane tier 2. And Loud dropped that, immediately turned back for the Shrike. SKB and Piloto are on the flank, but that is going to be Piloto caught there momentarily. Oh, they've got a priority target, though, as Root goes down. Here comes the engage from Liberty. Can they get more? Good ult there from Drake here onto the front line. Has to back away, taking a lot of damage there. Tinos locks down a few, and here comes Robo. He's got 2, and he's looking for more. Flash away from Piloto. Robo going to stun 2 there. Reaper backing away, jumping onto the 80 carry. It's a triple kill. Does he have another quadra in him? It's not going to be a penta thanks to Seos there, but it's another quadra kill for Robo.
Robo with a second quadra kill. Man, oh man. Is that 2 clips? Is it just 1? I don't know. But he gets another one up. 8 kills now over SKB. Holy cow. Robo does it again and take down their 3rd dragon. And Yeso, this might be the end to the game for Liberty Academy. They played so well. We talked about the core 3, and the core 3 are doing exactly what they need to, but you forgot about a lane. There was 1 lane extra, and that is a top lane.
Yeah, I mean, credit to Liberty Academy. They have not played timid in this game. They have made plays. Of course, the level 1, right, getting Drake Hero off the ground really well. They have not hesitated to try things. But unfortunately, the power of Loud just winning out here. It starts with Piloto getting locked down at the Drake. While they get this initial kill on Root, here comes Robo.
Yeah, Robo steps right up, takes them all down. He takes no damage to this fight either. Really, really worrying for Liberty Academy. I mean, I just don't think you have an answer for Robo at this point. You know, they're dealing with Root effectively, picking the AP Kai'Sa, which is really, really good in your standard game, but the CBLOL champion Robo is going to take you down.
The crowd in Sao Paulo, they absolutely love it. They're happy to see Robo in form here today because, I mean, look, rightfully so, Robo has been the most maligned member of this Loud lineup through this split. He did not look great in those initial 3 losses, and while we saw Croc round into form and mid and bot lane performing the way we expected them to, it's been a struggle here for Robo through the regular season, but it seems like Axman, maybe he has arrived at the perfect time for this team.
Yeah, this is almost like a therapy session for Robo, right? Letting him feel how it feels to be the big dog again. I wouldn't be surprised if we see better performances from here going on out. Because you know what it does to your mental to have a big game like this. Get a double quadra kill and back to back. I think it's really good.
I mean, no disrespect to Liberty Academy here, but what are those rooms called where you go in and you get like a bat and you put your goggles on? Yes, that's just Robo right now. Robo's in the rage room, just smashing vases and picture frames and mirrors and just getting all of that emotion out here as Tinodes will go gold, but the dog pile has arrived. They're going to take him down eventually. Tinodes is burning. No way! You've got to be kidding me.
That's CBLOL champion Tinodes right there. Robo still in the side lane. Looking for the inhib turns, is not going to find that. That's so close. Frustrating for Liberty Academy, but hey, you needed just 10 more damage, boys, and you would have had him. Baron going down now, Loud taking it out. Liberty, no ability to contest. They'll charge forward anyway.
They might try. Cavallo, Drake Hero here, Reaper. Okay, so hey, honestly, little victory for Liberty. They're able to stall that Baron, though Loud probably happy to get that teleport off of SKB. And look, they're going to be looking to turn right back onto this Baron because Loud should be fairly confident that they can win this team fight. So they're going to prep these waves, clear out some vision. Loud's going to start this right back up.
He certainly will here now, Yeso. Is there any way in for Liberty? I don't think so at this point. They're down 9,000 gold, 10,000 now. And just not a lot of advantages left anymore. Piloto is still quite a bit of damage, but not enough to take down Robo.
Oh, teleport in for Robo on the flank. He's absolutely just going to wreck Reaper. He's going to jump out of the ward. Isn't going to be able to finish him off. They're going to kite away as best they can. SKB going to go gold. Drake Hero is finally going to go down. They got their first target. Looking for a second. It's a double kill there for Root. Somehow Reaper gets out, but it doesn't much matter because Loud are going to turn right back to Baron.
They will turn back to Baron now. And yeah, Robo with no kills. Reaper able to make it out. But they don't have the ability now to contest or this Baron. Loud maybe using it for bait once again, maybe just taking it down and resetting for this Dragon Soul. I think that's the best course of action for him here. Hitting that Dragon Soul in a power play will certainly put Liberty in the ground.
23 minutes in. That is a Hull Breaker, Divine Sunderer, Spear of Shojin, Jax. Oh, and he also has a stopwatch in his back pocket, in case you were wondering. That is just disgusting. He is
what do you
so
do?
far ahead.
Yeah.
You can't because nobody can match him in a side lane. And then you add Baron buff on top of that. Like, Robo can 1v3 just about any combination you throw at him.
Yeah, 100%. I think Charm is the only thing that really hurts Robo, like charming him, then dumping a bunch of damage in, but I think he's just too far ahead now. It might take multiple charms, and that's not in the cards for Liberty.
Gonna be a tough sell on that one. That is an 11,500 gold lead here for Loud. They've got the Baron. They're about to pick up Hextech. So if you thought Robo was already doing good damage, that's only going to help out that effort here. And Loud now with their eyes on the base, looking to put together a relatively clean victory, right? Little blemish there with the level 1 and some good early fighting from Liberty. But other than that, Loud playing this very clean, looking to win it out. They're going to push for this bottom inhib. Robo just waiting for that next wave to Baron in power in this mid lane is Loud, ready to bust this base wide open.
This should be the final battle here. Sejuani going to go wide.
Xmithy, hello. Glacial Prison from Croc there. Not going to land. 2 inhibitors, though, will fall. Beautiful dredge line does catch out Piloto. They're going to follow it up with from the depths here, and they're just going to dogpile here. Nexus Towers be damned. They do take down Croc. Piloto has to back away, does survive, but it might not even matter. Robo jumps in and dunks on Reaper. Both Nexus Towers will fall as the double kill comes through for the Jax. It's the 3v4 to keep their Nexus alive, but Robo jumping into the face of the fountain. It's not going to be nearly enough. Loud finish off the Nexus. They stop that losing streak, and they get to 8 wins.